We've all seen the obsession the internet has with Alexandra Leclerc, and I would say it's all justified. Have you seen her posture and her elegance? I feel like it's not just her clothes, it's more about her presence. And I know what you're thinking. My mom told me to sit up straight my entire life, and I did not listen to her. Why would I listen to you? And honestly, me too, okay? But bad posture is making you look shorter, wider, and just more tired, and also more bloated even when you're not. So today we're breaking down everything you need in order to get that beautiful, effortless posture that makes you look taller, slender, and more confident. Hi bestie, welcome back. And today we have a change of scenery because I'm in my backyard and I just wanted to do a quick video here. And I wanted to talk about this topic of posture and how much it impacts our everyday life and how much it impacts our looks, first of all, but also our health. So let's get into this topic. Now, first of all, a lot of us don't even know how do we look like we don't know how our posture is. What we see is usually what we see on our phone, like when someone takes a photo of us, or if we look at ourselves in the mirror, which is not really the reality, you would agree, because this is when we are mostly posing. Like when you stand up for a picture, you're not gonna be like, and it's the reality is different. So you could be slouching in real life, and then in photos you have like beautiful posture. So first we're gonna do a little reality check, because the amount of time I have seen myself in the mirror and then I look at myself when someone takes a video of me and I'm like, do I really stand like that? Yes, I do, and probably you do too. And it's okay, because we spend most of our time sitting, and we just generally from early age on we have this really bad posture that we need to fix, but we don't. And I feel like it's the right time to do so, finally. Oh, there's a bee. Hi. Aw, I left. The thing is that posture has a lot to do with your appearance. There is a reason why everyone is so obsessed with the way Alexandra holds herself, because that posture just gives you the idea that she's so confident, and it makes her look even more beautiful than she already is. And why is that? Actually, it has a lot to do with appearance. For example, if your head is tilting forward, so if your head juts forward, it creates the appearance of double chin, even if you do not have one. Like, for example, if I'm sitting like this, let me see. Okay. I tried to not to do this because this is what gave me the horrible double chin earlier. So now I just try to hold my head straight. But like, if you you get this double chin that you normally do not have, and it's something you do not want. So like, why would you do that? Also if you round your shoulders forward, which a lot of us do, it makes your chest kind of cave in and the back looks wider, so your whole upper body looks heavier. Also, your lower back loses its curve, so it pushes your stomach forward, so it looks like you're bloated, which you're not. And yeah, that's not bloating, that's just your spine, so you really need to fix it. And your glutes tuck under instead of sitting back and out, which flattens you completely. So this weird shape to your body, which you do not normally anatomically have. So we want to fix that. But also, it's not just the looks. Like if you're slouching, if you're not sitting straight, your entire torso compresses. So you have less space in your belly for your organs. Your organs are very pressed one to each other, which is not good, because then your digestion is affected, and then it makes a full circle to you looking bloated, feeling bloated, and it's all because your posture sucks. Now, before we do anything else, first we're gonna do the wall test, and this is something that I love to do because it tells you like exactly how you're supposed to be walking, standing, or just holding yourself. I know it's not really something that you can do for like long period of time, but it does show you just how slouchy you actually are. So you're gonna go to the nearest wall, you're gonna stand up, press your heels against the wall, press your butt against the wall, press your shoulders against the wall, and press the back of your head against the wall, all at the same time, right? Now this posture that you have when you move away from the wall, this is your neutral alignment. This is how you are supposed to be standing. And if this is how you usually stand, good for you. So you don't have to do anything. But I didn't, like when I first did this, I was like, okay, this feels good. I look good, but I don't stand like this. So it's a nice little test that you can do. I know it's a bit hard to force this, so we're gonna work on some techniques in order to do this, because you can't really force the posture. Like you can put yourself in the neutral alignment, and then 2 minutes later you're gonna forget about it, because you cannot force it. You honestly can't. But you can work on some techniques, you can practice it, so that next time that you are looking yourself in the mirror, you're actually standing up straight and not reminding yourself every 2 minutes, like, stand up straight, straight, straight. So it's gonna come natural. Okay, so let's work on some techniques. Okay, for step 1, I want you to do the string technique, and this, I love this. So you're gonna imagine that you have a nice little thread, just like you are swinging by a thread, like that's going right from the top of your head. So not the back, not like right at the top of your head, and it's holding your head like this. You are not like pushing, you're not forcing anything. So this is a silk thread that is pulling you gently upward. Nothing is stiff, nothing is straight, nothing is forced. It's just straight. So next time you want to stand up straight, you should just imagine a silk thread right at the top of your head, and you are lifting everything upwards. It reminds you very quickly that your head should not be like, or like, it should be just hanging loosely by a silk thread. Yeah, it's a nice little technique and it helps out a lot, so try it. One of the biggest mistakes I noticed that people make, also that I used to make, like if you want to have your shoulders not rolled in, if you want to sit up straight or like stand straight, we usually just like do this, and then you look as if you're in a military drill, right? This is not what we want to do. Like, we are not a peacock, we are not doing this. Okay, what you should do instead of rolling your shoulders, is you lift them up to your ears, slightly back, and then lower them, and you let your shoulders set. You do not want to force anything, like you want them to set. So this is not natural for me, but I allow them to set in that position. So, and this does not feel forced. It does not. This does, but this, no. It's the same type of feeling that you have as if you would do this, right? This feels comfortable. It does. But after a while, it doesn't. So this has the same sensation. So up, back, relax. Pretty similar to the sensation. I'm not going to say that it's as comfortable as it is as if you would slouch. I know it's more comfortable to slouch, but only short term. But this does not feel stiff. It does not feel like I'm hurting myself. It does not feel uncomfortable. So it feels very, very comfortable to me. I can also just go back into my chair with the same type of posture, and look, it does not look bad, it does not hurt my spine, and I feel comfortable enough to be sitting in this position, and that is the most important part. So I don't know if I should recommend this one, because I feel like a lot of people will suck their bellies in, which is not the point. The point is to engage your core, not all the way, just a little bit, and this really helps your spine. So what you want to do is you lift your belly button a little bit upwards and a little bit inwards, as if you're zipping up some very loose, not tight, like very loose pair of high-waisted pants, right? And you keep that core in that kind of position, and this supports your spine. So if you're sitting, this really does support the way your spine stands. You do not want to be sucking in. If you're sucking in, you are gonna make the things even worse. Like, you're gonna be even more bloated. Just don't. Just engage your core a little bit. This gives you nice posture. After a while, you're gonna forget about it. You're probably gonna relax your core, but just engage it a little bit so that you can help your spine be in the right position. The next part is sitting, and this is something I struggle the most with. Like, I can do it if it's like a short period of time, but if it's longer, because I do like work from my desk, so like that type of sitting really ruins your spine. So the first tip would be to get a good chair. A good chair helped me out so much. I'm gonna link my chair below if you want it. Also, I'm the type of person that loves to cross her legs. Like, as you can see right now, my legs are crossed. I love crossing my legs. I just grew up like I think I have photos when I was 4 years old crossing my legs. Like, I love to do that, and it's not good. It's not good for your legs. It's not good for your posture either. So to do it for a very long time, so I love to sit in cross leg position, so almost like a yoga pose, and I have a chair that allows me to do so. So I really love that chair. I'm gonna link it if I find it. Anyways, besides the chair, like I said, you should not be crossing your legs too much when you sit. It's okay to do it for a while, but doing it too much really hurts your posture, and I'm aware of that. So I try to alternate my legs, and then whenever I can, I like to uncross my legs and really hold them on the ground, which it does feel uncomfortable at first because I'm so used to doing, cross-legged position. But now you realize that you have to do some stuff in order to help your posture. So I just do it. There's not much logic behind it. So your hips should be slightly higher than your knees, and your feet should be flat on the ground. So like I said, don't cross your legs too much. Do it, but just a little bit. And when you're sitting, you should not be like collapsing into your chair, like as if I'm sitting like this. It does feel comfortable, I'm not gonna lie, but it does hurt your spine after a while. So you still wanna engage your core. You still wanna imagine sitting onto your sit bones instead of collapsing into them. So even if you want to lean back into your chair, which I love to do, I still try to keep my spine straight, and I still love to think that I'm sitting on my bones. I'm not collapsing into my spine. This is what I mean. This is me sitting, and this is if I would collapse. Can you see the difference? Like I love the difference. It's so visual. Like, look at this. I can just see my face changing, not my body. I see my face changing when I do this, okay? Also, if you're on your phone, I know this is gonna look dramatic and I know this is gonna look weird, but you're gonna do it anyway. If you're holding your phone, do not look at it like this, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but you're gonna do it like this. You're gonna pull it up and you're gonna do it like this. It feels weird at first and it makes your hand kind of hurt. But that's a good thing because then you're going to be less on your phone. So that's a nice little hack. But your neck should not be like this. I learned that hard way. Like I could not move my neck for 2-3 days. Now, if I'm holding my phone, I try. Like I don't do it all the time, but I try to hold it like this. You don't have to like this, but at least a little bit up. Do not make your neck be in this position for too long because I know you're on your phone for too long. You do not want to hurt your neck. You need your neck. I feel like I can do anything from this list except hold my feet on the ground. I love crossing my legs. I want to talk about something that I feel like it's even more important, and that is the mindset. And I know you're gonna be like, the mindset, but honestly, like when you look at the way Alexandra Leclerc holds herself, it screams confidence. When we slouch, when we fold in, we try not to take up too much space. It gives the signal that we don't think that we are enough. So you do not want to draw attention to yourself. You do not want to be dramatic. You just want to take as little space as you can, fold in, fit in, just be as if you're not there. Holding yourself straight up and entering the room as this beautiful swan that she is really screams like, I deserve to be here. It screams, I am confident enough to be shown, to be seen. I love being seen. And that is the entire point. I love that for her. I absolutely love that for her. And I want you all to really acquire this sense of confidence, because you do deserve to be in that room. You do deserve to take up space. Do not make yourself smaller. Do not make yourself invisible just to give other people space. No, take your space. Take your space. You deserve it. I feel like this is one thing that you instantly notice when you see her, and that is one thing you instantly notice when you see anyone with the right posture, is this beautiful, elegant confidence that just radiates out of them. And if you want to have that sort of aura and that sort of vibration is coming out of you, you need to be, besides holding yourself straight and having good posture, you need to have the right mindset for it. You need to take up space and you need to sit up straight. So the real glow up here is not physical. This is not something that's just the looks. It's the feeling of worthiness, of knowing that you do not have to earn your place. You do not have to earn the right to stand up straight. You have it. You can take up space. You can be who you are and still look magnificent doing it. Let's talk about the psoas muscle, and the muscle that nobody really talks about, but I feel like it's the most important muscle when it comes to posture. The psoas muscle runs from the lower back of your spine to your pelvis and attaches to your femur or your thigh bone, and its purpose is to connect the upper part to your lower part, so like the upper part of your body to the lower part of your body. So when you sit, your psoas is contracted, it is shortened. When you sit for a very long period of time, your psoas stays in that sort of motion, so it's contracted all the time, even when you stand up. Why does this matter? Because if it stays in that position for a longer period of times, it tightens. So what it does, if it stays in that shortened position, it pulls all of your pelvis into itself. So it pulls it forwards. So instead of you looking nice and lean, so if this is your bum, it pulls everything like this. So you look flat and you look like you do not stand up straight. It pulls your spine forward, it tilts your pelvis in. It just does not give a good look if your psoas is tightened. And besides the way your posture looks like, it also affects how your glutes look like. It pulls your entire like pelvic inside. So if you're working like on your glutes, even if you don't, like even if you just want to have a nice figure, why would you want to look like this when you can look like nice, bum? Just work on your psoas. It's so simple. Now, the most important thing you can do is the release muscles, or like the exercises to release the psoas muscle. I actually have the psoas release device. I got the device, but you can also just do some stretches, so it's not really a big deal. You don't have to spend your money. The device looks like this. I'm gonna put it somewhere because I did speak about it before, but I'm gonna insert it here. And what this device does, it releases the tension from your psoas, giving you nice posture in return. Of course, this takes time, so you cannot just like lay on this device and expect miracle. You really need to do it consistently in order for it to work, but you can also do some stretches. So you can do some lunges, or maybe like a low lunge. I don't know how to explain this. So you're getting into like a low lunge. Your knee is gonna be on the floor and you are gonna tuck your pelvis in. Do not let your lower back arch, because I know sometimes we tend to do that from the lunge. Do not let it arch. And then you're gonna shift your weight slowly forward. You're gonna feel the tension release. Just tilt it forward. So just do a deep stretch in front of your knee, like the kneeling side of your body. There are choppers around me. Oh, did I show you the castle? I have to show you the castle. So once you tilt forward, you're gonna hold it for 60 seconds, release, and then do the other side. This is a very easy exercise that you can do every morning when you wake up. I mean, you can do it in the evening as well, but I feel like you've been lying down the entire night. This also shortens the psoas muscles, so like if you're lying a lot. So you want to do it in the morning. But not only is bad posture tight muscles, it's not just, mentally that you have to remind yourself. It's also that you might have weak muscles, which for the upper part of my body, I do. So one exercise that I really love is the wall angel, and this is very easy exercise. You do need a wall, which I do not have here, but basically you're gonna stand behind, so like in front of the wall, and your heels, your butt, everything that we spoke about is going to be against the wall, and you're going to hold your hands like a goalpost position, so like this, like the back of your hand is going to be against the wall, and then you're going to be lifting your hands above your head, like up against the wall, like doing a little angel and then coming right back down. This is gonna work your muscles in the upper area. Also, you need to be taking enough breaks. Like if you're working a desk job, please take a lot of breaks. If you're studying, like anything you do that you're sitting, take breaks. You need breaks. Another exercise which my boyfriend showed me and I really like it, but I have to leave the mic to show. Okay, no. You are like, essentially what you're doing is your thumbs like this, and then you are opening like this to the back. You do not want to force anything, you do not want to click anything, you don't want to pressure it. Just stretch a little bit, go as far as you can, and then come back in. And it really makes your posture, like your spine, actually not your posture, like it makes your spine like this. It does not click, but you get what I mean. So there you have it, the exercises, the stretch, the release of the psoas muscle tension, and the most important is the mindset, I feel like, because without it, everything else just
falls apart.
So I hope you guys love this video. If you want me to do a part 2, I would definitely love to. Or if you want a similar topic, please let me know. I hope you guys love this one, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day wherever you are.